So I never thought I'd be saying this, but Trump didn't do anything wrong. So unless you've been living under a rock somewhere, you probably heard of the horrific incident that happened in Charlottesville. And depending on when I upload this video, this probably will be very old news, but I'm going to say my piece anyway. So in Charlottesville, a bunch of white nationalist, Ku Klux Klan, white-loving, purist, racist people came in their khaki pants and in their tiki torches to protest how they wanted to have a pure white nation, and that they hate gay people and black people and brown people and everybody else, and that they want to protect their dear Confederate statue. And then other people came, like the Antifa group and other members who wanted to come and protest against the white nationalists, the Ku Klux Klan members, the racist assholes. The fight broke out. There was a lot of violence on both sides, and in the midst of that, a member of the white nationalist Ku Klux Klan, the Ku Klux Klan, or whatever, the member that was on that side of the white people, came and just ran his car through a group of people, a group of protesters, whether they were on the one side or the other. He just ran through a bunch of people and killed a young lady, and he murdered a woman, and now he's in jail. And so this happened, and Donald Trump came out. When he first came out, I'm not going to run videos or anything like that because I'm sure everybody's seen it. If you don't, you can find it. Go on Philly DeFranco or something like that. When he first came out, he pretty much said, like, this is horrible, this is terrible, oh my gosh, like, how can people do this? Like, we condemn racism, we condemn bigotry, we condemn that stuff, that is not what we stand for, and there are violence on both sides. I saw the video. I saw that there was violence on both sides. Everybody hates a Nazi, and I really despise Antifa because I've seen them be extremely violent in other videos. So I knew that there was violence on both sides. And honestly, when I heard him say that, I was like, oh, finally, like, he said something sensible, like, wow, bravo, Donald Trump. I mean, I honestly thought people were going to be like, yeah, it's good that he's not taking sides, he's not being biased, he's being very objective, very good, we condemn violence on both sides. But that's not what happened. Everyone came out and was like, oh my gosh, he didn't say it by name, he's a racist. Ah! I kind of understood what they were saying. Okay, he didn't say them by name. Fair enough. Donald Trump, say him by name. I condemn everybody. I condemn Nazis and white nationalists and Ku Klux Klan members. I condemn racist assholes. Yes. I am paraphrasing. I was like, okay, he said it, but then he came back. He came back because he couldn't help himself. You know, he couldn't just Twitter it out. Not enough characters. He came back and he said, wait. Yeah, I condemn Nazis and I condemn the alt-right. I condemn them. But hey, what about Antifa? Did you not see the videos? Because I saw the videos. And I saw they were violent as well. And he did say, like, well, there are good people on both sides. The thing is, the idea of the alt-right has been muddled. It really has. Before, the alt-right was just people who were, like, right-winged, but didn't really agree with the other right-wingers. They were more younger, hipper, they did memes and stuff like that. But that's not the root of alt-right. The root of alt-right is kind of like racist. But it got muddled throughout time. And then they turned back into being racist. I do agree that there are probably people who consider themselves alt-right, and maybe they need to reevaluate that and make, like, okay, I'm not alt-right. Maybe they're more just Republicans, and they just fell into this idea of being alt-right. But there probably were a few people there that was like, I just want to protect the statue, and I'm just alright. I don't really want to kill anybody. I don't hate anybody. And there are probably people on the other side as well who is like, I just want to protest against these alt-righters, against these Nazis. Everybody hates a Nazi. But they're not really here to start violence. So I kind of got what he was saying. But everybody blew it out of proportion. It was like, oh, he's saying all these Klan members are good people. He didn't say that. He just said some people were good and some on both sides. I honestly didn't see a problem with what he said. I really didn't. And I never thought I would be on Trump's side. But you guys are pushing me on his side. He didn't say anything wrong, in my opinion. People can disagree with me. He named them. He said, all right, we hate a Nazi. Everybody agree. Raise your hand if you hate a Nazi. Everybody got their hand raised? Okay, good. We agreed on that. And let's move on to the other side. You know, he also said some things about, like, is this Confederate statue now? It's going to be George Washington next? or this president next, blah, blah, blah. And everybody laughed at him like, ha ha, he's blowing his other abortion. Ha ha, what is he thinking? If you look now, everybody's asking to take down George Washington statues, to take down Abraham Lincoln statues, to take down any statue that they dislike. People are now saying that. And people want to say like, oh, it's because Donald Trump said so. No, people were petitioning to get those statues taken down before he said anything. So again, don't see why that was so wrong for him to say it when it was an actual truth. It was a factual truth. People want to get those statues taken down. And the thing is, I saw a lot of people play that video, including my friend Philo DeFranco. I love him, but don't be editing videos. Don't become Young Turks and edit fucking videos that fit your like little narrative. He edited that video, so it made it look like Donald Trump just said, oh, what's next, George Washington? What's next this? He didn't say it like that. He said, because they were slave owners. He gave a legitimate reason why he said that. The newscasters edited that part out to make it seem like he didn't have a reason to say that. Where is that coming from? He had a legitimate reason to say that, because they were slave owners, and that is exactly why people were petitioning to get those monuments and those statues taken down, or getting names of streets changed that are off after their names and stuff like that, getting their face taken off of money. So like for me, it's like, why did people act like that he just came out of his ass with that? And I can honestly say, if Obama came out and said almost the exact same thing, granted in a much elegant, articulate way, Donald Trump talks like a fucking troll. Like he doesn't know how to talk. So of course Obama would have said it in a more articulate, elegant way. But if Obama basically said what Trump said, everybody would have been like, oh, he's such a good president. Oh my gosh, like he was being so unbiased and he was being really objective. And yes, he said we're against violence. We're against racism. Yeah, he's so good. Nobody would have fucking went off on him like this, especially the left side, especially the radical, the progressive left. Everybody would have been like up his fucking ass and saying how great that speech was because it's coming from Trump and because he can't fucking talk. Like, it's easy to make fun of him. I think it's like a Bush syndrome when President Bush don't know how to articulate the words. I can't talk. I can barely speak English. So when Philo DeFranco first came out with, you know, basically bashing everything Trump said, I commented and saying like the same thing people are saying by not naming the alt-right, the Nazis, the Hitlers, or whatever, by not naming them and condemning on them and just focusing on purely just what they did, then you are voting that side. You're making them feel like they're right and they're going to get more strength and they're going to get strength in numbers and they're going to come out even more violent next time. So you have to condemn them, and so they know that you are not on their side. And I said you can say the same thing about Antifa. If you don't condemn their violence and say they were just as violent, the truth of the matter is that as much as you like hate alt-righters or Nazis or whatever, KKK, as much as you hate what they say, I hate what they say, everybody hates what they say, like as much as you are against what they're saying and as much as you are against the Confederate statues staying up, as much as you're against them protesting, they had a right to protest. They had a right to free speech, they had their permits, they had a right to protest. So if other people didn't go, and if Tifa didn't go, already prepared to fight, by the way, they would have just said what they had to say. Nobody would have fucking cared. They wouldn't got as much news coverage as they did. They would have went home and jerked off and fell asleep. And we all would have woke up the next day with stupid memes at them because if they looked like idiots in their fucking khaki pants and their tiki torches. They would have been laughing stocks. Nobody would have fucking cared about them. But because other people went to fight them, they got more news coverage, international news coverage, and now you're emboldening other people to join them because they see them as victims. So it's like if you would have just left them alone, this would have never happened, and nobody wants to point that out. Like, and there's nothing wrong with the other group wanting to go protest them and say, well, you're gonna protest, so we're gonna protest. And they could have just both sat there protesting with their sticks, and they all would have went home and jerked off, and it would have been fine. Everyone would have been happy. Not really, but yeah, everybody would have been sad. We can't deny the fact that Antifa went there to fight. They didn't go to fight. Why were they covered up? Why were they wearing helmets? Why were they having weapons? Like, they went there to have a fight. So if they didn't go to fight, there's a possibility that there might not have been a fight. Maybe it would have. Maybe if they both would have just been protesting, they would have just yelled at each other to the point where they would have started fighting. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, if you don't condemn the other side just as much as you condemn this side, then that side would also feel emboldened. And now Antifa has become some political war heroes. Like, what the fuck? Antifa is a communist terrorist fucking group. That is what they are. They are violent. They are filth in my eyes. Like, there are videos of them beating an unconscious man. An unconscious man laying on his face on the ground, unconscious, can't fight back. He can't fight back. He can't defend himself, and you have Antifa members beating him. Oh wow, you're so brave, heroes. I thought soldiers were heroes. I didn't think soldiers go beat unconscious people. I think that's called a coward, not a soldier, not brave. That's called a coward. Like, going up to people who are literally just standing there, minding their business, not fighting, not yelling, just standing there crying, going up to them and spraying pepper spray in their eyes. The person didn't fight back. The person didn't even have a chance to defend themselves. But these are heroes? They cowardly go up behind people and spray pepper spray in their eyes when they didn't even have a chance to defend themselves, but they're war heroes. That is such a disrespect to actual war heroes, if you like war and shit. Just because Antifa is fighting under the shield of, well, we want equality, and the other side wants genocide, and we're just protecting the poor and the oppressed and all these stuff, is fucking a lie. It's just like the show Breaking Bad, where I forget the main character's name, but the father who started selling the meth, he started doing it initially to help his family. He wanted to do it because he needed money and to help his family, and that's sort of the banner he sort of did it under throughout the whole series. But at the end of the series, he finally admitted, like, yeah, it started up for that, but honestly, I kept doing it because I fucking wanted to. I did it because it made me feel good. I did it because it made me feel powerful. I did it because I felt like I was good at it. That's why I did it. It was because of my own selfish, neurotic reasons is why I kept doing it. It had nothing to do with my family. He admitted that. Antifa may have started with that, but that's not what they're fighting for anymore. They're fighting because they fucking want to fight. I think any group that wants to divide this country, whether it's the alt-left, the alt-right, the Nazis, the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK, or the white supremacists, or if it's the black supremacists, Black Lives Matter, or it's Antifa, they all need to be denounced. They all need to be denounced. We do not need this country to be separated even more. We do not need more violence in the streets. We do not need to have more dead bodies. So, fuck Antifa, basically. Don't get me wrong, fuck Nazis, but also fuck Antifa. I didn't really understand why people came so... went in so hard on Donald Trump. Like, again, I am not a Trump supporter, but for me, that was one of the first times he said something that made sense to me. Again, he could have said it better. The whole back and forth thing could have been situated, could have been cut out or whatever, but I feel like there was nothing wrong with what he said, and I think it was a reason why the mainstream media went in on them so much, because they're all left with themselves, or because they just want to keep their jobs because they're spineless and they just feel like pandering to that side would keep their jobs or get them views or get them clicks or whatever. I also think there's, probably some reason to constantly point out how awful the president is to get him impeached. But, like, again, Mike Pence is his vice president. So if the alt-lefters hate Trump so much, they're going to have a field day when he becomes president. The alt-left has been recorded numerous of times of being violent. Because you found your unicorn. You finally found something that you can put out to the mainstream media and say, like, no, they're not bad because they're fighting Nazis. They have been violent way before Charlottesville. Way before that ever happened, they have been violent. So you gotta stop with that fucking shit. I'm actually recording this part of this video on another day because my battery ran out, so I don't even know what part I left off. So I just wanted to sort of try to put a nice ending, a nice bow to this, and say, like, I don't think that Donald Trump did anything wrong. I don't think he said anything wrong. I think the mainstream media is fucking up. I agree that maybe he should have said it by name, but if you're gonna say everybody by name, he needs to say everybody's name that was involved, and that's also Antifa. So there we go. Anyway, if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me, please leave it in a comment in the comment section below. If you're like, no, like, Donald Trump is a racist, asshole, bigot, and he was just pandering to the KKK. That's why he refused to say their name in the first place. Go ahead, please leave it in the comment section below. Maybe there's something I missed. Enlighten me, educate me. If you believe that both groups were wrong and both groups should be deemed domestic terrorists, all groups who are trying to separate our country and cause violence in the streets, they should be all arrested no matter what side they're on, then please put in a comment in the comment section below. If you think Donald Trump fumbled the ball here, let me know. If you think that everything he said was spot on and you don't know why the mainstream media is attacking him, let me know. I'm not saying I'm right. This is a channel where we talk giant hole in my shirt. This is a channel where we talk and discuss things. I am not saying my word is God, so if you have anything you want to educate me on, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Like this video if you want to like it, share it if you want to share it, and if you want to continue to have these discussions, please subscribe. And if you subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications when I do upload. And I don't know if any of these channels are going to get monetized, because YouTube is Nazis and they like censoring people. No, they're not Nazis. But YouTube is censoring anybody who aren't alt left. If you're not alt left, you get your videos demonetized. So anyway, if you want to help a sister out, please donate at my PayPal. I don't have a Patreon just yet, but you can donate at my PayPal and help support, keep this channel up, keep people like me and other people. If you have other YouTubers who speak their minds, help them out, support them. It's like supporting a small business. There you go. But if not, just continue to watch and subscribe, and maybe turn off your ad blocker. And until next time, thank you, and peace. Look you in the eye, just like your name.